Yeah, hey Tyler, thanks for taking the time. Um, so obviously, you're back in the starting role, and I know the passing offense just hasn't been the way you wanted it really since the ACC schedule has started. Can you sort of put your finger on what has held back, the passing attack?
Yeah, I mean, I think Georgia Tech and North Carolina, we did throw the ball pretty well in those games. Obviously some mistakes that kind of cost us there, um, but yeah, I mean, you know, you're not going to play your best every game, and it's all about who respond. And we just got to be better. We got to all take ownership for it. I got to take ownership for my mistakes, and which I had, and just got to get better from it. And you know what we know what we're capable of. We've done it before. Um, it's not like it's going to be something new. So, we just got to go out there, trust ourselves, believe in ourselves, and just go out and play and have fun.
Next, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan. Susan, go ahead.
Tyler, how are you doing physically as regarding past injuries and as far as the healing process?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty much healed. Yeah, obviously I was dealing with a lot of stuff, a lot of nicks going on, and but that's football. So I mean, you got to deal with it when you play, and um, that's no excuse. So, but I feel a lot better now, and I'm ready to roll.
And then mentally, how are you doing mentally? Including how tough was it not starting at FSU, then suddenly coming in?
Yeah, obviously it's really tough. Obviously all the guys in the quarterback room want to play, and that's just the nature of college football, NFL football. So, but yeah, took the news. Obviously, you know, I want to be the guy out there, and but at the end of the day, that's what they had to do. That the best of the team, um, and I supported Emory the whole way. I told them right after they made the decision, I'm here to support you. Um, whatever way I can do that, just ask me questions. I'll be watching the game as best as I can, watching their defense and help you the best as I can. And that's what I did. And just try to have a positive mindset towards it. And I feel in a really good headspace right now. After talking to people and um, yeah.
Okay, and the last thing is, the fans obviously have been especially vocal about you. How tough is that to ignore in general?
Oh, I didn't even know they were vocal about me. No,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
joking. I'm joking. Uh, yeah, I mean, obviously playing quarterback here at the University of Miami, you know, they expect a lot of things from you. The expectation is high, and if you don't play well, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that. It's pretty much anywhere you go in Power Five football and the NFL. So that's a part of the business, and um, I love being a Miami Hurricane, and yeah, I mean, it's a part of the business. You're gonna get that if you don't play well, and um, I don't have Instagram, Twitter, or anything like that, so I don't see it, but I assume, and it's like that. So yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah,
Next, we'll go to Brian London. Brian, go ahead.
Hey, Tyler, appreciate you taking the time as always. I have two questions for you. Just building off of what Susan just asked you, obviously it's been up and down. I can't imagine kind of the hills and valleys that you've been through emotionally this year. What's your outlet like? Is there a sports psychologist? Is it your family? Is it friends? Like, who do you kind of talk to and get reassurance from and help build your confidence from? Because it seems like despite everything, when you come and talk to us, you're still confident, you're unfazed.
yeah. And I want to say confidence was really the issue. I feel like I was just doing too much in certain times, and making dumb mistakes in certain situations. So, but yeah, in tough times, I always have my family to lean on, and they've always been great with situations like this. I mean, I've experienced a lot of ups and downs since I've came in here, and a lot of highs and lows. So I talked to Dr. Goldstein here a good amount, the sports psychologist. Talked to a bunch of friends, and Um, yeah.
Appreciate that. And then from a schematic standpoint, you and Coach Dawson, how much do you kind of grind through the game plan each week to find what, you know, what kind of throws will help kind of move the offense in the right direction? Do you have any input with him on the game plan or what you feel comfortable with? Just how does that communication process go?
Yeah. I mean, every week we're, communicating well, and I tell him what I don't like, tell him what I like, and in these situations, you know, who I think we should call, and he tells me what he thinks is right, and we kind of meet in the middle on that. And um, yeah, and it's all about how you prepare. Preparation will help how you play on Saturdays, and been at it all week. Feel really, really comfortable with the game plan so far, with all the meetings we've had and extra meetings we've done with each other. So yeah, it's been good.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Andrea Adelson. Andrea, go ahead.
Tyler, I was just curious with some of the injuries you've had to battle this season, how much you feel like that may have affected your performance?
Yeah, I mean, obviously dealing with all those injuries, it's not easy to go out there and mentally, have that in your mind. But at the end of the day, I'm still out there. I got to take ownership for my mistakes, and I have told all my teammates that, and just got to be better. No matter what the situation is, how I'm feeling out there. If I'm out there, I got to make plays and got to put the ball where it needs to be, not make mistakes.
You just said that you were doing too much at times. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, maybe kind of eating the ball, throwing the ball away and not trying to make the big play. For example, the NC State game, it was third and whatever, and tried to hit Jacoby in the back of the end zone and kind of underthrew it a little bit. And right there, just kind of throw it away or check it down, or make a play with my feet. We'll get 3 points. So 3 is better than 0, and just got to be smarter with the football. I know that, and definitely learned a lot from the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and gonna be better from it.
Do you feel like you were starting to press a little bit to try and get the passing game going?
Maybe a little bit. Sometimes like as a player, you kind of get used to throwing for, a lot of yards, 300 yards, and sometimes you're like, why is it not happening? And I mean, sometimes you play good defenses or you try to force the ball and into tight windows, and they end up intercepting the ball, and they kind of scheme you up in a good way. So yeah, sometimes you just got to check it down, live to play another day, and yeah, that's all I got to say for that.
One last one, if I could. You just said you were in a really good headspace after talking to people. Who did you talk to?
Yeah, obviously my family. My grandfather's been a really really good person to talk to. He grew up an athlete, played football, baseball, and coached Division I football and baseball as well. So he kind of understands the situation I'm in, and just kind of leaned on him and my mom, my dad, just the people in my circle. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to let football consume my happiness. I love playing football, and I want to accomplish my dreams of, you know, playing college football and playing in the NFL. So I'm going to do my best, and I love the game. And but at the end of the day, I'm not going to let that consume my happiness, and I don't want to, be upset the rest of my life because football didn't go my way, So just kind of learned that throughout the process of the last few weeks, and maybe that was the life lesson that God was trying to teach me, So there's things that you can be grateful for when things go badly, and then because of the lessons you learn from it.
Thanks, Tyler.
Mhm.
We'll do a couple more. We'll start with Adam. Adam, go ahead.
Hey Tyler, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So first off, just the end of the FSU game, you were there, what happened, like, coming in last drive, after sitting out the whole game. Just what was that like for you? And like what was your perspective on that?
Yeah. Obviously knew I had to be ready no matter what the situation was. And um, came down to the last drive where I had to go in and score to tie the game. But yeah, I was mentally ready and I'm not phased by it at all. And went in there and tried my best. And they made plays and I mean that's a really good team, number 4 team in the country. They've had a tremendous year and um, hats off to them.
How does that compare, like effectively, like pinch hitting? I use using a baseball term, like kind of pinch hitting, coming in off the bench, kind of cold, or you might be ready to play, but like coming in just like that,
Yeah,
as opposed to like, playing the whole game.
yeah. Mentally, I was ready to play, but physically, you kind of get tight a little bit. You haven't really done any movement, especially that late in the game for like 3 to 4 hours. So, um, yeah, did my best to kind of like stretch my legs a little bit and get my arm loosened uh, up as much as I can for the little time I had to get ready for that situation. So, but yeah, I mean that's part of uh, playing that role, and you got to be ready, for that situation no matter what.
And then one last question that I had was like, have because I remember you started off the season A&M and Bethune, Temple, all those games, kind of on a roll. Have you gone back and like watched the film of those games and identified anything that was like, hey, when I'm rolling, like this is what it looks like mechanically and everything, as opposed to like the last few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go back and watch games from 2 years ago or some games from last year, and kind of remind myself of my capabilities and who I can be as a quarterback. Um, and I've proven it that I can be one of the top quarterbacks in the country. And when I'm at my best, I've also proven that when I'm not at my best, I can, not be in that conversation at all. And yeah, so at the end of the day, playing quarterback, you got to be consistent, throughout the entire season. And, it's got to be better of not pressing and forcing throws. And I think if I do that, everything else will handle itself.
Gotcha. Just to double check. So like when you're watching that stuff, it's more of like a hype kind of thing, like a confidence thing, or like a mechanical thing?
Not mechanical. I would just say like reinforcing that I can do it. Yeah, maybe like a confidence thing, I guess.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And we'll wrap up with Marcus Benjamin. Marcus, go ahead.
Hi, Tyler. Coach Dawson said that sometimes that quarterbacks in general just have to let it rip, as in maybe at times that you maybe have kind of overthought yourself in the pocket. What are your thoughts on that?
Your question was it one more time? Say it again.
Yeah, your thoughts on letting it rip, as in, just going with your instincts as a quarterback, or overthinking. Do you find yourself overthinking in the pocket?
Yeah, I mean, playing quarterback, there's a lot going on. You gotta, make split-second decisions. But you also want to play fast and free and have a clear mind out there while understanding where to go with the football. And sometimes, like, quarterbacks may overthink some things. I mean, you see it with me the past few weeks. There's quarterbacks in the NFL who've also been struggling and maybe dealing with kind of the same overthinking process or stuff like that. So yeah, at the end of the day, you gotta tell yourself, just get back to the lab, get back to practice, and go back to what you know best from. Go back to your basics. Go back to maybe mechanical stuff that needs to be worked on, and yeah, just let the ball rip. Have fun at the end of the day. So don't overthink things and just have fun.
And my other question was, a lot of the players came out and said that they have, full trust in you, to go out there and lead the team. if you could just kind of share what some of the players have maybe have said to you, and just how their trust in you really kind of makes you feel, or has anything resonated with something someone has said?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys have come up to me and said they have full trust in me, and they've told me like, you've done this before, like we know what you're capable of, and we have full trust that you can go do it on Saturday. So yeah, it's been good having full support from my teammates, and you know, we've all stayed, you know, close together, even through these tough times. Still close with all the guys on offense, and doing the best I can to lead them, and yeah, it's been good, even with this unfortunate circumstance, and yeah.
Great. Thanks, Tyler, for taking the time. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you, guys.